So I just stumbled upon this NVMe driver for Windows 2000, and I have to say, it feels like a blast from the past.
Wait, seriously. A driver for Windows 2000, that's quite niche. What's the deal with it?
Right? It's called NVMe2k, and it integrates NVMe SSDs into the Windows 2000 storage stack. I mean, who even needs that today?
It's fascinating, though. I guess there are still legacy systems out there that could benefit from speedier storage.
Exactly, but what blows my mind is it uses the SCSI port framework, which feels so outdated now.
That's interesting. I can see how that would be a challenge. But it does support NVMe1, right?
Yeah, it does. It offers features like single I/O queue pairs and admin queues. But doesn't that limit its speed?
Totally. That single queue means it can't leverage multi-queue capabilities, which are essential for performance.
And let's not forget, it doesn't support modern interrupt methods like MSIX, it's all legacy in text.
That's a huge limitation. I mean, in today's world, everyone's leaning towards efficient hardware utilization.
Right, but I wonder why anyone would choose to build this driver in the first place.
Good question. Maybe it's about keeping older systems alive. There's a certain charm in retro tech.
True, there's definitely a retro appeal, but I also noticed it mentions tested primarily in virtualized environments. What's up with that?
That makes sense. Virtualization might be more forgiving for older drivers, but it raises concerns for real-world use.
Exactly, and the fact that it warns about potential data loss and instability is a bit alarming.
I know it's like they're saying, use at your own risk. Such a bold move for a driver project.
And there's no warranty either, it's almost like a hacker's playground for enthusiasts.
Definitely. The community involvement is fascinating, though. They encourage contributions for features like multi-queue support.
But isn't that a bit of a stretch? Adding multi-queue support to something built on a single queue architecture.
That's a fair point. It could be complex to retrofit that kind of architecture into this driver.
I guess it reflects a kind of optimism about improving legacy systems, even if it's daunting.
True, but it also highlights the risk of investing time into a project that may not yield fruit.
And let's not forget the debugging aspect. Using WinDBG on Windows 2000 seems like a challenge.
For sure, just imagine trying to troubleshoot issues in such an old OS environment.
It's like solving a puzzle, but the pieces are from different eras. Can you even find those tools anymore?
Right, it's also incredible how this project acknowledges the NVMe spec authors and the community.
And the self-awareness in saying people thought this was a terrible idea, so refreshing.
Exactly, that humility is important, but it does make me wonder what's next for retro computing.
Good question. As tech evolves, will there be more attempts to breathe life into older systems?
I think there will be. We've seen a resurgence in interest for vintage computing.
But will developers face the same limitations? Or can we expect newer technologies to adapt to old systems?
That's the million-dollar question. Balancing innovation with legacy systems is so tricky.
So should we be encouraging these retro projects, even with their limitations?
Absolutely. They keep the conversation going about the evolution of technology.
And they challenge us to think about how far we've come, even if it's through the lens of nostalgia.
Exactly. And maybe they spark ideas for future tech that can bridge the gap between old and new.
So what do you think? Should we keep an eye on this NVMe2k driver for its potential?
Definitely. It may not be practical, but the innovation behind it could inspire future projects.
I like that it's about seeing the bigger picture, even in something that seems outdated.
Absolutely. There's always a lesson in the past, no matter how obscure it seems today.
And who knows, maybe in a few years we'll be talking about a whole new wave of retro technology.
That would be quite the development. Let's keep our eyes peeled for the next surprise.
For sure, now I'm curious about what other hidden gems we can find in the world of tech.